Hey everybody, my voice may echo a bit because I'm talking in the stairwell because the lighting is better in here than in where I previously was, so this is where I'm doing it. So I was added in a tag for cruelty-free from the lovely Georgette, so I thought I'd do it. It's a few questions and hope you enjoy. Here we go. What is your favorite cruelty-free brand? For me, that is easy. That would be right now either Illamasqua. Again, I did a review on it. Can you see the name? Illamasqua and Sugarpill. Especially Sugarpill's pressed eyeshadows. Although I wish Illamasqua was cheaper. Okay, next, 2. What brand did you love until I found out it wasn't cruelty-free? Again, same answer. Georgette. It is Urban Decay. Why? Because they were cruelty-free for 14 years. They started out independent and sort of to alternative scenes in independent shops, and then eventually changed and went to Sephora, but they were always, I think, the #1 brand people knew was cruelty-free. Here I am. I keep moving. So, yeah, that was like a huge letdown. And MAC was a bit of a one I used to love a lot until I found out they were cruelty-free. Okay, what is a cruelty-free drugstore brand you like? That's easy for me. That's Wet n Wild. At least that we know of that they're cruelty-free right now. Who knows if that changes, but as of now, luckily they are. Yeah, that was the Mega Liner Black Liquid Eyeliner that I'm wearing right now. That is really cheap. They have some hit and miss products. Their lipsticks are fantastic. And yeah, they're cheap. Did I mention they're cheap? And they used to also, a lot of punks and other alternative scenes used to use that because there used to be like not very many choices for alternative makeup. So that's another plus of why I like them. Okay, next. And the point being they've been around a long time and have still stayed cruelty-free, which is pretty awesome. Okay, have you found nail polish that is cruelty-free? I personally don't wear nail polish, although I wore it back in the 90s when Urban Decay used to have them. This is like really old school, back in like the old medicine bottles, and they had colors like Plague, and which was like a deep dark purple. And yeah, but if I had to say one brand I do know is Illamasqua. They have some brilliant colors. They have a nice green, for example. That's called, what's it called? I can't remember right now, but anyway, check it out on their website. The only thing, again, I don't like about Illamasqua is some of their products have parabens and that some other products are expensive, but I was able to find mine on an alternative site. Okay, next, have you found a perfume that's cruelty-free? I don't wear perfume or cologne. I never have. I probably never will. I don't believe in that. I think you can find some essential oils. That's one thing that came to mind. Or Illamasqua, yet again, they come through. They have a perfume. Again, don't wear it, but you gotta hear this. I think it's really sexy. Okay, the first fragrance from Illamasqua, it's called Freak. Freak. Okay, it's a concoction of dangerously exotic, unconventional flowers that Illamasqua has unashamedly blended together to celebrate the night. Top notes: Black Divana, opium flower, and belladonna bewitch the senses into uncontrollable lust and passion. Heart notes: poison hemlock, datura, and queen of the night blossom, caress and kiss. Base notes: aromas of frankincense, oud, O-U-D, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, and myrrh, addictively mesmerizes and captures the senses. Is that hot in here? Okay, that's horrible, but I had to say it. Okay, next. Wow, it's storming outside, that's what that noise is. Why did you want to become a user of cruelty-free products, and how did you find out about cruelty-free options? That's quite a long story. I'll try and make as brief as possible. I didn't know as much about, until recently, the cruelty-free with some cosmetics, although actually I did know a bit. But I started more with household products, because how I got into the cruelty-free thing was, this is going to seem unrelated, but Procter & Gamble, they make I made a video of, I think I still have it up, the most products in the world, and I think one of the most evil. They have been supporting and helping to create RFID, which is the chips you see in some of your cards, credit cards, and products, etc. And I just believe it's really evil. There's an expert called Catherine Albrecht who she talks about the dangers of, you know, what it means for our privacy. And anyway, so that's how I kind of learned that there's a boycott page called P&G Kills, where it showed the animal testing, and I did participate once in a sort of protest, raise awareness against Procter & Gamble, against the testing. And what I did is, I was the only person who did this. I didn't know any of the people there. I just went down on my own. But I also I made a flyer that showed also that there was, you know, the RFID, and that they're basically spying on you for some of the products that they do, and also animal testing at the same time. So just showing that there's more than just animals going on here. Sorry, I needed to add, I forgot to mention, again, why cruelty-free. I sort of got into how, but not so much why. Is I've always sort of felt, I've been vegetarian since, I don't know, it doesn't matter when, about 10 years. I eventually started hating the taste of red meat, slowly just sort of started to happen and kind of went from there. And I always felt that animals being tested, especially for products, like, is completely unnecessary. Like, it's just not necessary. And one thing that really inspired me, I'm going to try and read really quickly, is just look at the video, because it's so much better, of the sort of punk new wave singer, whatever you want to call her, Nina Hagen and Alina Lovich had a song they put out called, this is, I think, is it the 80s? Anyway, 87, called Don't Kill the Animals. And I'm just going to read some of the lyrics, because it really describes how I feel about animal testing. Okay, here I go. I'm going to take my headphones off. We all want to see through life's mystery. The quest for knowledge is a natural activity, but science, be careful. Science, be kind. We can't go on pretending to be blind. Those animal experiments don't make sense. You're getting nowhere with cruelty and death. I say ignorance with some excuse, but not now. You see, we've got the proof. Animal testing is a dangerous game. Our systems are different. We're not the same. It's a terrible risk, so no surprise we get wrong results. Hey, what about formaldehyde? Abuse yourself of your own free will. Get hurt, get high, get in distress, but don't drag the animals into this mess. I'm just going to read one other small part of it. No more torture. The animals are free. The same with messing around with atomic energy. Okay, whatever. Hey, doctor, reincarnation. Would you like to come back as a laboratory rat? Then it says, don't kill the animals are free, 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 free. That's most of them, anyway. And it says, if we want to avoid this endless human riot, why don't we start by changing our diet? Life is for living, the animals agree. If they were meant to be eaten, they'd be growing on trees. So no more torture of our furry friends in the name of food or scientific ends. There you go. That explains, again, yeah, why. And when about cruelty-free options, I found a lot of it through Veggie Beauty's site and on her YouTube channel. She's been such an amazing resource. 7, do you eat meat? No, I don't, but if you want to, I mean, that's your choice. It's not, I think, you know, Georgette Cordes sort of said it pretty eloquently, that you can still care about animals and animal testing in your person, in any type of product, and no matter what your diet is. I don't think we should restrict anybody. Wanted to quickly add that I eat a high raw food diet. That's what works for me. Do what works for you. But the reason why I eat a raw food diet, the reason how I got into it, is probably something no one would ever guess, is I hate doing dishes of pots and pans and scrubbing. I hate it. I hate it. So that's what actually got me curious in trying the raw food diet, and I've been on it for 2 years. It's not a diet. I wish people wouldn't call it diet, but anyway, yeah. Also because nutrients are more readily available, and when you cook things, they are greatly diminished. Just look it up yourself. I'm not here to preach. Again, if whatever works for you, I'm not saying you have to be 100%, because I'm not. So do what works for you, but that's what the animals do. The animals don't use a stove or an oven. That's all I'm going to say on that. And enjoy your life, and life is more about food. And the last question is, what is your favorite fruit or veggie? That is pretty easy for me, actually. The first thing that comes to mind is strawberries and avocados, which is a fruit or vegetable. Technically a fruit, I think, but there you have it. I love strawberries because I used to buy those all the time at Trader Joe's when I lived in California, and that's when I found out if you eat 4 medium to large strawberries, it's your daily dose of vitamin C, and I just love the taste of them. And avocados are great fats, and I just love avocados. Avocados are good for you, good for your skin, good for everything. Okay, and that's all for now. Bye-bye.